Nova is BESTva. What's going on, everybody? Tempest here. We're back with another Warframe video. And unlike the last one, this will be a more straightforward. Less show, more tell. Doesn't mean there's no show at all. Anyway, as someone who has been playing Warframe for quite a while, I've used a lot of guns, and I used a lot of frames. And whenever I see debates online about which Warframe should I grind for, which weapons should I get, which weapons are best with them, well, for me, there's always one Warframe that I keep coming back to, and that happens to be Nova. Yes, if there's one Warframe in this game I should say without a doubt you should grind for and invest in, it would be Nova. And why, you ask? Oh, simple. Because she is so versatile. But to better explain all this, let's go over what she does. Now, if we see here in the abilities screen, we'll talk about her passive after, because that's going to play into one of her abilities. Now, her one is called Null Star. And what this does is when you cast it, you get a bunch of balls that orbit you. Each of these particles gives Nova damage reduction, up to a maximum cap of 90%. And as long as you can maintain them, Nova becomes very tanky. Oh, and as a bonus, enemies that get near Nova while she has these particles out, they all take damage and get procced with Blast. However, this comes at the cost of each particle for every enemy hit. We'll get into how to conserve these later. Now, her next ability is Antimatter Drop. Basically, you create a ball of energy, and if you shoot into it, it will build up damage. And once it's released, it will fly forward, explode, and kill a bunch of dudes. Now, her next ability is Wormhole, which is more utility, if anything. Basically, this lets you spawn a portal, and whenever you walk into it, you go to wherever the end of the wormhole is pointing. This basically lets you cover distance in no time at all. Now, for her fourth and most important ability, Molecular Prime. You create this AoE that expands outwards. Enemies get either slowed or sped up, if you want. Oh, and while they're primed, they take extra damage from Nova, and they explode when they die. Now, simply put, to slow down enemies, which you want to be doing most of the time, you just tap the ability. But if you want to speed up enemies, you hold the ability to cast. Then you might be thinking, wait, speed up enemies? Why would I ever want to do that? Well, I'll explain that later. And this plays into her passive. Enemies that are slowed down have an extra chance to drop health orbs, and enemies that are sped up have an increased chance of dropping energy orbs. Yeah, basically, the game loop with Nova is you build up Null Star particles, you use Molecular Prime constantly to slow down enemies, they can't do a thing against you, whereas you're going to be dishing out a lot of damage to them. And if you really want to style on them, you use your Antimatter Drop. Now, I'll be going over Nova's builds, one of which doesn't have a helmet ability inserted, but the other one, or two, do. Now, for those of you who don't know how to build Nova, I'll keep it plain and simple. Build her for duration. Hence why I have 2 duration shards in here. However, you also want strength for her 4. Not a lot, but just enough. Now, I have invested in my Nova quite a bit. Now, you're going to notice a theme with Nova, and that is she wants a lot of duration. Hence why you saw the 2 duration shards earlier. Now, I also have a little bit of strength, 44 plus to be exact. The more strength you have on Nova, the more powerful her slow is. However, her slow is capped at about plus 45% strength. So unless you have a helmet ability inserted, it's not really worth it going any higher than this. Now, generally for Nova, as I said, you want a lot of duration. And for that we have Narrow-Minded and we have Crying Continuity. And to make up for the loss of range, I have Stretch inside this build. but you can get away without using it. I have prime redirection for shields to play into that damage cap that our null star gives us. And for my energy economy, I have equilibrium and energy siphon. I'm also running prime sure-footed because, let's face it, getting knocked down is not fun. And I'm using one of her augments. Basically, molecular fission makes it so that once we cast null star, as long as we're priming enemies with our 4 and killing them, we never have to recast our 1. Now, in terms of arcanes, play into that damage reduction thing even further, I have Arcane Aegis, which on shield damage gives a 3% chance for shields to immediately start recharging. And for even more duration, I'm running Molt Efficiency. And if you don't know how to get this arcane, you basically farm it on the Zeraman. Now, concentration works too, but you have to already cast an ability to activate it. This basically gives you extra duration as long as you have shields right off the bat. Now, if you're a sucker for damage like I am, I would recommend slotting Roar or Eclipse over her 3, Wormhole. And then instead of extra duration, you can go for more strength, for which I have Molt Augmented, which will build up our strength the more enemies we kill. Now, if you decide to go with Eclipse, what you can do is, instead of Nova's Augment, you can put Mirage's Augment. You would give the benefit of Eclipse to any allies within 15 meters of you. Basically, you give everyone extra damage resist or extra damage. Now, if you're a new player and don't know where to farm Nova, basically, you farm her from the circuit on normal on the week she's available, or if you really can't wait, just farm her on the boss fight on Europa, which in my opinion is kind of tedious. Not hard, but tedious. Now for her weapons. There's only one I would say that is mandatory in every Nova build with antimatter drop, and that is the Kuva Heck. Alt firing this bad boy, you can dump all 4 shots at once. And this plays into antimatter drop very well because we want to keep pouring damage into that bad boy. And to demonstrate that real quick, I have some willing volunteers. Oh, and before I show that, here's the build I'm using. Shotgun Cannon for damage, critical acceleration for crit, prime ravage for crit damage, and galvanized hell and scatter justice for multi-shot. Oh, and blaze for extra heat and damage, and primary overcharge, which as long as we're above 90% of our total energy, then we gain even more multi-shot. And I'm also running the Kratos for extra movement because why wouldn't you use this? And for general crowd clear, I'm using the Okucore. For my focus, I'm using Matter Eye, because again, we want damage. Now in terms of companions for Nova, I wouldn't say any in particular is mandatory, but basically you can have the Panzervopal Phyla if you want to spread Vile around, Worm Prime if you're worried about statuses, Death Cube if you're having energy problems for some reason, or Nautilus if you want to group everybody up. Now for this test I won't be using a companion, because I want to demonstrate antimatter drop real quick. So let me just spawn in some corrupted enemies, Steel Path level 210, which is about as high as I can go. Yes. And if I cast antimatter drop, dump my mag into it.
Oh no!
Let it fall, and only one guy left standing. Oh no, 2. Then we can always clean them up. Now to demonstrate her 4 and her null star, I'll be unpausing the enemies, like so. Cast our 1, cast our 4. Now watch as I do nothing, while they become super slow to hit me, and I can take any damage they give me. Are you timing it? I'm not. Now, of course, this is only going to last for as long as I have null stars, so once that runs out, they can damage me normally. See how long it takes. And nope, still nothing. Come on, guys. Ah, there we go. Yeah, as you can see, it took them a while to kill me. And that was me letting them hit me. Now let's see what happens when I don't let them hit me. Let's see what happens when I fight back. So, 1, 4, 2, jump mag, and dead, and so are they. Where'd this guy run off to? What are you doing? There you go. What was this guy doing up here? Excuse you. Yeah, so basically, you're unstoppable as Nova. And look how many null star particles I have. This is not running out anytime soon. Now, I'm going to demonstrate the flip side of her 4, which is to speed enemies up. Now, I'm going to spawn these guys back in again. This time, I'm going to turn invincibility on so you can see how speeding up with your 4 works. So, like this. Simulate. Yeah, you can see they're zipping everywhere and they're attacking me super fast. But while I stand here and let them beat me up, you might be thinking, well, why would I ever want to speed these guys up? Won't I die quicker? Well, yeah, but there is one instance where speeding enemies up is actually beneficial, and that is in defense. So yeah, defense is one of the most boring game modes in Warframe, but as Nova, you can just breeze right through them. In fact, to demonstrate this, we're going to go into a defense mission on Steel Path, and we're just going to blitz right through it.
Accept your death, and you may yet avoid it.
And the thing with defense missions is that for every round to end, you have to kill everybody. Which means, if you can make them come to you faster, you can get through this pretty quickly. I'm not even using any of my helmet abilities, and look how much damage I'm doing. I'll only be doing 3 rounds. Where is everybody? Okay, it's a new round. I'm gonna recast my 4, speed them up. Yeah, see how quickly we can do this? Man, I forgot how many Exterminates they throw at you. Wait, there's still one more. They come. That's right. Come to your deaths. Oh no, a Jade Exterminates. Oh no. I think I've made my point. Yeah, it's not this defense missions Nova's good at. She's good pretty much everywhere. Yeah, mobile defense, you can slow everybody down, just wait out the timer, and you're good. Survival, same thing. And in Exterminates, they can't do anything against you. So yeah, if you're a new player who just started Warframe, yeah, get yourself a Nova. I guarantee you, you will fall in love with her like I do. Or did. Or still do. Blah. So yeah, if you just started playing Warframe this year, get yourself a Nova. I guarantee you, you will fall in love with her.